Hey, Neil Linares here for Comfortably Insane. I hope that you are having an awesome day, that things are working out well for you. And just wanted to get on here. It's time to do another video, and I want to get on here and share with you. So today I want to talk about spirituality. I'm going to make this short, concise, to the point. Spirituality, in my experience, has been often confused with religion, or having to go to church, or having to read scriptures, or having to do all these things, right? That is automatically associated with spirituality. Now, although for me, in my case, those things are true, I do those things. But the fact is that when I've started to learn on how to get sober, my journey wasn't so much about religion or going to church or singing hymns or reading scripture or any of that stuff. My journey was more of, I am so messed up, I am in so much trouble emotionally, and my body is so addicted to a substance, in my case it was alcohol, that I need something greater than myself to help to pull me out of that. Now, I cannot reach that something until I've cleansed myself of the addiction. But it's really difficult, because how can you cleanse yourself of the addiction if spiritually you're not even in the position, or you don't even fathom wanting to rid yourself of that, or not knowing how you would do it. A case in point is, I remember there were many times in my mind I would say, I'm going to stop, only to find myself the next night doing the same exact thing. And it was a cycle. I was in this cycle, vicious cycle, that I couldn't break. It took a lot of drastic things happening in my life so the cycle was broken, right? And as soon as the cycle was broken, I was advised, it was suggested to me, grab onto spirituality. And I thought, look, I don't want to read scriptures, or I don't want to go to church, I don't want any of that stuff. But that's when it was explained to me, look, it's not about that. It's more about getting in tune with yourself, getting in tune with your environment, getting in tune with the universe, right? And that's when I started seeing, okay, well, I think I can do that. How is it? How does that work? And the first steps to that, I mean, it's so deep, but the first steps was just to learn to be in silence, and to learn to be quiet. And it was the craziest thing, my friends. I couldn't do it. I would shut my eyes and I would try to be in silence, and there was so much noise going on in my head that I couldn't do it. And it took a long time of practice. You know, people would tell me, hey, okay, Neil, just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And because I'm thinking my wife is leaving me, I'm losing my job, and I gotta go drink, and I gotta, and everybody's against me, and I would try to shut it all down, and all these thoughts were like flowing and just making it worse in my head. So learning that, I did things like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I would close my eyes, and when those thoughts started coming in, I would just start saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was very amazing how it slowly started to shift. Another thing that I would do was like breathe in, and you're gonna think I'm crazy, but this is this simple. Like I would say, okay, breathe in peace, and I would say peace when I breathe it in, and then I would say breathe out fear, and in my mind I would think of fear, and I'd breathe it out. And then, okay, breathe in, love. And then in my mind again, I would say another negative, like restlessness. Breathe in, acceptance. And then rejection. Over and over and over. I did this for years, my friends, until I started to believe these things. This was the beginnings of spirituality. It's so much more, right? But what I'm saying is, one of the biggest things that I've found in addicts when they are not successful, when they cannot get sober, is because there is a lack of a connection to spirituality, to something bigger than yourself. For me, it's God. I believe in God. I have no problem with God, and I put Him as my being that created me. So I say, help me, God, help me. I do that. But I've found that there's a lot of people that have a problem with that. So the words to God, the God of your understanding, and this might seem familiar to some of you, but it's to the God of your understanding, how you understand Him. So when you get that knowledge in your mind and you say, okay, it's how I understand Him. It's not if I had a preconceived notion of God as this horrible association to something, you can erase that and just fill it in with to the God of your understanding. And then when that starts to happen, you can say, help me. Why? Because when we are in this state of addiction, when we are so intertwined that, like right now, we need something, whatever substance that we need to put in our bodies. I've been there. There is nothing that can rid you from that except Him, or a higher power, or a belief that is out of your head that says you need help from a power higher than you. You can say God, you can say the universe, you can say whatever, but believe that, and then you'll start. You will receive help. Anyway, that is my spiel on, I can't even talk now. That's the spiel on spirituality, okay? So I wish you the best. I hope you're doing good. Hang in there. Things always get better. One day at a time. You can do this. Bye.